anxiety in humans is a sticky one. But it comes down to like the fucking thoughts and all that shit. I mean, it comes back to that same stuff. And setting yourself up like for success with it.
How do you deal with it?
I mean, I deal with it with like putting a challenge to my body and mind every day. Whether that be, a workout, whether that be... I really believe that cold shower thing, by the way, is like one of the best possible things a human being can do to combat anxiety. Because you're putting your body and mind through a stress that you're choosing to put it through, not like something that just came from like out of nowhere. It's like, oh, here's a gigantic psychological and physical challenge that I'm going to, in a calculated way, go in there and say, yeah, I know this thing's going to be super cold. I know this thing's going to be like frigid. My mind is telling me don't do it. My mind's telling me like, I don't need to do this thing. Let's do something else. Let's leave. That's all the subconscious and the old self talking, saying like, you're better than this. Just go like, keep the shower warm. Stay in comfort zone. Stay in like relaxation. You'll shower tomorrow. Let's procrastinate. La, 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 la. But to me, that's also like, that also leads to anxiety. But the point is, in that exact moment, it's like telling the subconscious old self, which is really the body, because we've done things throughout a certain amount of time, right? Every day when I wake up, I go and I sit on the couch and watch TV for an hour. So the more you do that every single day, it creates that habit that's what I do. So the body then takes over, thinking that it's the mind, and says, get up, human, go sit on that couch and sit down and do nothing and watch TV for an hour. And then we start doing that stuff. And then what happens? Like, the body starts becoming the mind. That there's times for myself that I actually like say, wow, I'm actually doing this. I'm actually watching another instructional video at this exact moment when I should be like going to the gym, when I should be meditating, when I should be whatever. And that really what I say to myself is, that's your old self, Steve, rearing its ugly head. The bad habits that were created unknowingly. I'm not blaming myself. I'm not judging myself. But these are things that happened to me in my past that now... These are the things that you did that we have to start blocking that and having some willpower in that moment, which is the brain or the conscious brain now taking over the subconscious, which is the body kind of being like, screw you. I'm like going to stay lazy. I'm going to stay doing these old habits that we did because this is what we know. And then, so for instance, for me, not going on my phone and not watching that instructional video feels uncomfortable for me, but not uncomfortable because it's wrong. It's uncomfortable because that's just not familiar. It's not what I would normally do. I've been doing that BS behavior for way too long. So the real growth comes from when I'm actually in that moment on my phone and my conscious brain says, dude, you're doing that same shit. It's like, fuck, you're right, I am doing that same thing again. Let me turn that thing off and go to the gym. Those are the metacognition moments where the shifts start happening in the brain. So it's really what it is the conscious brain telling the subconscious, all right, move aside now. We're going to do it this way. And the subconscious is going to give you a fight like you can't believe, because that's what it knows and that's what it thinks is the right way to do it. When they say we're creatures of habit, we literally are. So to create a new habit, it's not easy because you have to destroy the old one, and that takes time. And most people give up way too soon. And by the way, I'm a huge product of that too. I do that shit. I've been doing that my whole life, but I've gotten better at it, of creating better habits, getting up earlier, getting to the gym. And we were just talking about today that I was out in LA, we were busy as hell teaching a workshop with Caesar. It's like super intense day, long day that eventually like I can go into shifting into the bad habits again of like not working out as much, not doing my meditations and all that stuff. When people can understand it, that's what I think. It's to me to understand what's happening, then you can actually make the growth. It's the same for me with like we just had an assessment with this client with their dog. Once she can understand why the dog is behaving this way and what's happening, why you're feeling that way, why the dog is feeling this way, and then these are things you can do, and then what will happen, and why it's going to feel weird, why it's going to feel awkward, why it's going to feel uncomfortable, why not petting in that moment you're going to feel like you're being mean to the dog, but it's not. That's your old self telling you that you're mean. You're actually doing the best thing for your dog. Like, there's that unfamiliar part that's uncomfortable, but once you get through that shit, it's like, oh my God, like, this is actually, I'm forming a really good habit now. Like I've been going to the gym every 5 days a week for like fucking 6 months now. This is odd. This is the habit. Now it's like all of a sudden it flips, where the other way around of like not going to the gym feels like uncomfortable. It's like, no, I gotta get my workout in. Hey, let's go to dinner, let's get drinks. It's like, nah, like that's uncomfortable for me. I need to go make sure I get my workout, then maybe I'll go do that, But right now, for instance, it would be a time where it's like, shit, that's really hard for me to like go to the gym instead of going and having drinks or dinner or stuff like that for wherever that human would be. I hope that made sense. I just talked a lot of shit, but it's good stuff. This is stuff that like, sometimes Adam's like, so what happened just now, just to understand, Adam's like, let's talk about something, right? Let's just talk about something that we can give people value. And I spend so much of my day, I shouldn't say so much, but I spend a lot of my day, every single day, literally 7 days a week, learning new things, studying new things, and some stuff I'm like, I don't agree with that. Some things I'm like, this is a great point. I write it down and stuff like that. And then when I get in these moments, I'm like, I gotta get this all to you guys because I've gotten it and I'm so excited to like give it to you guys so you guys can like take it home with you and have your life grow. Like we just had a comment today on Instagram where one of the people said like, I just want to give you a thank you. Did you see this shit? I want to give a thank you to, I don't even know who the person is, but said I want to give a thank you, and it wrote a long comment about how we've completely changed the person's life and their dog's life, and I've never met them. That is like the most fulfilling shit, and this makes everything that I've said, if I just talk for the next, whatever it's been, 10, 15 minutes, and everyone's like, I don't know what, but one person was like, that one thing he said about that makes this whole shit valuable to me. You know what I mean? I know I like have times of just rattling off, but I'm trying to give you guys the reason why sometimes I get all over the place. So I'm getting better at this. I'm in growth shit too. I mean, fucking 2 years ago, I was really not doing much media and stuff. I was doing some stuff here and there, you know what I mean? But now it's like, I'm learning and I'm on my growth of trying to, I have the information, a lot of the information of how I can convey it to you in a very concise, clear way. And that's my growth. And like, I'm on my own growth thing just with you guys. I never fucking sit here and I'm like, oh, I'm better than you guys. I got it all figured out.
A lot of people deal with anxiety.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not know that you deal with it as well.
Yeah, I know.
Which is really nice to hear that you do deal with it, and how do you cope with it, and that was mainly the answer.
It's like, and that's what I'm saying is like the main things for the anxiety stuff for me. Like I get anxiety, but I get anxiety in a way of like what's the like we got to get to the next thing. But remember that I'm a product of this place. I grew up, I've been here for 37 years, so I'm a product of this place, and people who come here are like, holy shit, there's a lot. My buddy Yoa from who we just interviewed was here for the last 2 days, and he's like, the energy of this place is freaking up there, man. And he's in Puerto Rico, and they're pretty like moving around, and they're pretty intense people too at times. So I'm a product of this place that I have to be over the top of practicing my calmness, practicing my relaxation and all that stuff. So I deal with that stuff when it comes to, because I want to be like, my mind is like, all right, we just bought a ranch, like what's our next ranch? It's like, dude, you just got that ranch, like let's take our time, enjoy this place, blah blah. So I'm on my own journey of working with that, and I'm finding for myself what is the fine line between becoming like too crazy and into the anxious zone of like being like go 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 go, and becoming too slowing down and not like going forward in life type thing. So that's my battle that I'm like working on and finding where's that sweet spot, and I get in there for a while, and then if there's times I'm a human and I'm in life that I get off track. But instead of getting off track and being like, let me beat myself up for the next like 3 weeks about it, we were just talking about it. Like I haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks because I was away. I came back. I was scrambling for a lot of things. I could be like, well, I haven't gone to the gym. Let's just eat like shit now. Let's go through all the way through the holidays. In January at some point I'll figure it out. Or I could just like today or tomorrow be like, well, I'm going to the gym today, or I'm just going to get a workout in today to just change this pattern and get back on track and not beat myself up. Because you beat yourself up, why? The world is beating you up enough. Your society, the friends, family, they want boom, boom. I'm going to keep you down. I'm going to keep you beat up. So why beat yourself up? You need to be like, number one is looking out for yourself, obviously, and being in a self-worth mode of having high self-worth for yourself. Love yourself. Like, that's a big thing that I was like weird about emotions and stuff for the longest time, the way I grew up. But I do a thing in the mirror every day. I walk in and I say I love you to the mirror, to myself. You know, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Like all these things, it's just super valuable shit. That was a long ass rant that was all over the place, but like I said, I'm on my own growth thing. I'm not insecure about it. If people don't like it, then fucking change the channel. I don't care. But if you do like it, like, tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. So I can, this was again, not something I was at all prepared. And I was actually telling Adam, like, let's just do this later, blah, blah, blah. He's like, let's just say some shit. So just fucking just out of my brain. So anyway, hope you guys got something out of that. We'll keep it going, and by the way, we're going to be doing tons more. We're planning in the new year, in 2020 is going to be a big ass year where we're going to give away a lot of information, and we're making a real strong. I know I've been saying this for probably 6 months, but it's been a crazy 6 months of acquisitions in business and growing and hiring and movement and a lot of stuff. But now we're going to be in one place that we can really like come at you guys hard with a ton of information and grow stuff, but not just for the dogs, also as humans, you know what I mean? Business, life, relationships, everything. I want to be a resource for you guys where I'm grateful enough to have access to all these people around that I want to be able to take it all in and then boom, let me give it to you guys so you can take it home. So have an amazing one. Hope you guys have an amazing holiday season. We'll obviously be talking throughout, but wishing you guys, and just take a day, the best fucking cure for anxiety, by the way, is gratitude. And that's what I wanted to say, is be grateful for what you have, not for what you don't have. That's it. I'm going to go help this dog out of nowhere. Later, guys.